Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your man, the Grass Ninja. Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about whether or not Sasuke is alive or dead now that we've entered the Boruto Timeskip Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Now, where is the legendary Uchiha? We ran a poll over on the community tab on the channel, so make sure you're subscribed, turn on notifications. We're going to run these polls on occasion whenever I have some questions that I want to see how the community's feeling on. And where is Sasuke, right? Now, Sasuke's condition is currently unknown, with many people already speculating that he's dead, like he's died off screen during the time skip or something. Maybe he was killed off by Code while trying to protect Boruto. Maybe he was killed off by Momoshiki once he fought Code in Boruto or whatever, and he was exhausted. Momoshiki took him out in his sleep. Maybe something happened like that. Maybe he's alive. Maybe he's camping out in a space-time dimension Boruto left him in. Or maybe he's in one of Orochimaru's various hideouts across the ninja world. He could be chilling with Team Taka again, because those dudes are loyal to Sasuke, not the Hidden Leaf Village. But at the end of the day, the only thing we know for sure is that Sasuke is a traitor of the Hidden Leaf once again, alright? So I'm asking you guys in the community, what happened to Sasuke? Do you think he's dead, or do you think he's alive, right? Now, we already have this poll up on the channel at this time in the game. We're almost at 300 votes on this poll, and 77% of people have voted that the legend lives on, and they believe that Sasuke is still alive. So, let's address the counter arguments when it comes to Sasuke actually being dead, because I'm saying he's alive. But there are going to be people who point out that Sasuke's gear is with Boruto, which is a sign that Sasuke's passed away and Boruto took his gear. Let's address that for a second, because the headband was already a gift given by Sasuke while he was alive, alright? Now, this has happened on multiple occasions. Sasuke gives Boruto his stuff sometimes, alright? Now, the other thing, Sasuke's cloak. This is a big one. It's like, why would he take Sasuke's jacket? Why would he take his cloak? Sasuke has multiple outfits, you guys, alright? Sasuke is like the only guy in Shippuden who rocked multiple fits, okay? And the idea that he's wearing Sasuke's cloak verbatim is actually wrong, because it's a different cloak. If you look at the color palette for Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, the cover page is the official color palette of Boruto. That cloak has a red interior. It's a different cloak than what Sasuke wears. If you look at Sasuke's cloak, it's purple on the inside, alright? Two different colors, you guys, which means two different cloaks. Now, here's the thing. If you want to use the anime argument and being like, well, Sasuke's anime outfit has to be different than his manga outfit, because that's the case with Naruto, like how Naruto wears a black top with orange stripes, and in the anime, he wears a orange top with black stripes. If you want to make that argument, that's cool. But then you have to address the whole thing with the manga volume covers. In the volume covers of the manga, Sasuke's wearing a purple cloak even in the manga colored depiction. So if you look towards the manga and say, oh, Sasuke's thing has to be different in the manga, look at the colored depictions of Sasuke in the manga. He still wears a purple cloak, which means it's not Sasuke's cloak, because they're two different colors. And the whole thing with, oh, but he has Sasuke's sword. Why would he take Sasuke's sword? Sasuke's got a bunch of swords. This idea that Sasuke's only got one sword is already debunked. Look back to Shippuden. He's using a different blade than what he uses in Boruto. And we've seen versus Momoshiki, he's got a scroll where he can just summon weapons, alright? Literally, it says sword. So, Sasuke can just summon other swords to the battlefield if he needed to, which means he can just have a bunch of different swords. Alright, he's trained by Orochimaru. He could have just got a sword from that dude, if anything, or just made a sword. It doesn't matter. And this idea that, oh, Boruto spent 3 years training with Sasuke and how to use a sword, honing his skills with Kenjutsu. Also, he can fight Kawaki and just have the blade shrunk down with Sukuna Hakona, is kind of stupid, okay? We've seen Sasuke knows how to fight his opponents, alright? Ishiki was shrinking down weapons and stuff. Jigen was shrunk his sword. Jigen shrunk his sword. And what did Sasuke do? He had Boruto transform into a sword, so that way it couldn't be shrunk. So that means Boruto's either using a shadow clone and then transforming the shadow clone into a sword, or quite possibly Sasuke is the sword. That's a popular theory. So there's got to be some unique characteristics to Sasuke's sword, alright, or Boruto's sword. And at the end of the day, using these as arguments or plot points or whatever you want to call them to prove that Sasuke is dead is just really loose and really weak. It's not a strong argument, okay? So I definitely think killing Sasuke off screen is problematic. If we just get a statement that Sasuke is dead already, I'm sorry, Sarada, that'll have huge ramifications on her in the story. The impact on Sarada figuring out that her dad is dead, that's huge, bro, because she already went through that stuff with Boruto, hearing that Boruto died and rose again like he's Jesus or something. Literally, she was like, I didn't even know he was in danger. People don't tell me nothing. So if she finds out that Sasuke is dead, she's gonna awaken that Mangekyo again, and she'll actually probably be aware of it this time, you know, because there's a good chance that Sarada isn't even aware that she has the Mangekyo Sharingan. She was just crying in front of Sasuke, and he was like, oh, dang, you got the Mangekyo. But he didn't actually tell her that she has the Mangekyo. So I definitely need Sasuke to be alive so that he can interact with Sarada and let her know where she's at power-wise and that he's okay. Also need to see what's going on with Sakura. I have theories that Sasuke has been sending messenger hawks to Konoha in order to communicate with Sakura and Sarada in some degree. Alright, whether it's frequent or not is probably very unlikely because, you know, Konoha has deemed him a traitor and Shikamaru knows what his hawk summons are like. So if Sasuke is doing any kind of messaging, it's probably through the hawk summons, and he's sent at least one letter to Sakura and Sarada. Hopefully. I hope he's not that much of a deadbeat, that he doesn't even say that, hey, we're okay, we're alive. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he's missed 3 birthdays because he hasn't been in the village, and Konoha still has an execution order out on Sasuke, which means his body hasn't turned up anywhere, right? So he either is dead in a different dimension, which is probably unlikely, or he's still alive, right? Now, let's talk about where Sasuke will show up next, since we have most of people in this poll saying Sasuke is alive. Of course, it's pretty contentious. It's only 77% of people, and it's only like 300 votes. So, go check out the poll. Vote on what you think is happening, but if you ask me, I definitely think we're going to see Sasuke pull up very soon, either in the next chapter, chapter 3, because at the end of the day, we left Boruto 2 Blue Vortex with a crazy cliffhanger as a triple threat match starts off with Code, Kawaki, and Boruto facing off in the heart of the village. Now here's the deal. These guys are looking like they're all stronger than Jigen, because Code, for one, has been stated to be stronger than Jigen and would have no problems taking out people like Naruto or Sasuke, right? Now, somewhere down the line, Code got that scar, and we believe that either Sasuke, Boruto, or Momoshiki is the one responsible for that. Okay, and then you have Kawaki, who's out here not scared of nothing. He's flexing his developments. He has a fully matured Dharma wheel. He can enter the Daikokuten without his dojutsu active. And then Boruto is looking cold as hell as he's constantly clutching that sword. So, if anything, I believe this triple threat match would be devastating to the village, especially since there's Claw Grimes invading. There's 3 guys that are stronger than Jigen about to face off in the heart of the village. This could be what leads to the destruction of the Hidden Leaf, but I feel like it's too soon. And I could see Sasuke pulling up in a similar fashion to how Orochimaru did towards the beginning of the Shippuden era in Naruto. We saw Sasuke was gaslighting Team 7 like he was about to use Kirin, even though there was no thunderclouds in the sky or whatever, and then he puts his hand up and Orochimaru stops him and says, no, you need to leave them alive. They'll help us take down some of the Akatsuki. I could definitely see Sasuke stopping Boruto and being like, no, we can't let this fight get this intense. We will end up destroying the village, right? So, if Sasuke is alive, I expect to see him pop up in a similar fashion to Orochimaru. But I think there's another theory that might end up turning out to be true. Sasuke might already have shown up in the manga, and we just didn't think about it. Because here's the deal. Sasuke, right, has been training Boruto over the last 3 years, and now Boruto's out here fighting with a sword like he's mastered Kenjutsu or something. So he's out here clutching that sword. There's not a single panel in this manga where we don't see Boruto holding the sword. His hand is constantly glued on to the sword, which lets me know that this is a special item, because why would you train with a sword, right? Why would you spend 3 years training with a sword when Kawaki will just shrink it with Sukuna Hakona? He can use that ability to shrink any non-living object down, and he can store it in the Daikokuten even if he wanted to. So anything he gets shrinks down can be sent to Daikokuten, which means Boruto would never even be able to get it back. Alright, or maybe. We'll talk about that. But at the end of the day, the one workaround that we've seen actually work and go against Sukuna Hakona was the transformation technique. Boruto in the past transformed into Sasuke's sword, and couldn't be absorbed by Ishiki using Sukuna Hakona. I could see a very similar ploy being used in this time skip. Now that we speculate Boruto is stronger, right? Sasuke has a nerf where he can't use his Rinnegan abilities. So using the transformation technique, making himself the sword is very possible, and he might just undo the transformation in order to pull Boruto back and be like, it's time that we leave. Sarada might see him and he'll be like, I can't stay, and then they just teleport out using a portal or something like that. I could definitely see that being the case. Now if Sasuke is not the sword, it could be very well that Boruto's either implemented some sealing mechanic that gives the sword life energy or nature energy or something like that, or it's one of Boruto's shadow clones that are consistently being used as the sword, which would be cool as hell too. Now at the end of the day, Boruto has like the ability to do almost anything because the potentials are endless. He's got that scar and we're still waiting on the Jogan. We don't know what is possible when it comes down to this, but a lot of people are leaning to the fact that Sasuke is more than likely still alive and we haven't had his final battle come up yet. Now let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section down below. Do you think Sasuke is alive? Do you think that he is just standing on the outside of the village watching this from afar? Do you think that it's possible he's chilling with Orochimaru and Team Taka waiting to send Boruto some message via Hawk? Do you think it's possible that my man is the sword, right? Because this has been a theory that's gone around for a while. It's very possible that Sasuke is Boruto's sword, and that's why he's holding it with dear life, because he's still trying to protect Sasuke, right? So at the end of the day, Kawaki can shrink that sword, and the fact that he's been training with it is problematic because he knows it'll get shrunk, so they have to work around that. Sasuke dying off screen just doesn't feel right, even though it is in Kishimoto's nature to explore things like this via flashbacks. So at the end of the day, it's still up in the air. I'm really curious to know what you guys are thinking in the comment section down below. Don't forget to turn on notifications and subscribe so you can participate in these polls where we open up these discussions and influence the outcomes of these videos. I've been your man, the Grass Ninja, signing out. Peace.